broadcast the Esports Tower Rumble in Valorant. We're broadcasting it from the Boise State Esports Arena. And we're going to kick off tonight with Game 2 of the Mammoths versus the Lynx for the Valorant portion of the Rocket League, well, of the Esports Tower Rumble. The Mammoths won Game 1 last week and are looking to sweep the series on Pearl. I'm your host, Artie Nerdy Bird Rain, joined on desk by Jacob Gem Palmer. And since we're jumping into this after one series has completed, why don't you give us a quick recap of what went down last week, Jacob?
Sure. So the Mammoths had a very stunning performance on Pearl. They are now going to be going into the next stage, and this really the best chance for the Lynx to try to drive this back. The only way that they can win this is if they drive us to a Game 3. We had 2 show matches last week, and so Mammoths started off on the good foot. We'll see if they have the momentum going into this one.
Well, let's hope they do, and let's hope we don't see as many Odin purchases as we did last week, or as many attempted wallbangs in one spot.
That is true. You've just reminded me. I've just gotten flashbacks now, and it was interesting for sure.
This is my job. I don't only cause suffering for people that are in-game by, adding pressure. I also cause Jacob a lot of suffering on desk by bringing him back memories. With that being said, our advice from the desk is only, can be taken with a grain of salt, but there's some more important words of advice that come to all these players. And also, if you're looking to get better at Valorant in general, that can come to you in the form of Doc's keys to the game for Valorant in particular, which are presented to us from Esports Tower. Doc's keys to the game in Esports Tower for Valorant are focused angles, the flanks, know your win conditions, count cards, call abilities, and click heads. Score pro advice at esportstower.com, where you can improve your game sense, improve your team play, improve your performance under pressure, and you'll get matched with great players and professional coaches to help you rank up. Additionally, I'd like to throw out there, you should definitely make sure that you know who's checking which angle when you are rounding a corner in a group, and don't show your ankles.
Yes, that is true. I'm glad you have added that all-important piece of information to our opening comments. And here we can see some of the teams that have been competing over the past weeks. And last week was very exciting in the fact that we saw some new kind of teams, and as a result, some mascots being brought out. The Gators, Crocodiles, Eagles, and Jellyfish. But now, today, we move on to the land-based matches. It's Mammoths versus Lynx. Mammoths leading one as they look to sweep the Lynx.
With that being said, if we're going to go historically based, I think the Lynx might be the ones to come out on top of this game, just because the Mammoths, they survived for a long time, but not long enough for us to, in present day, actually see them. But, of course, I digress. I just know that they are extinct.
Well, maybe they aren't going to be, if those scientists still working on that project to bring them back, maybe we will. Maybe they'll be inspired by what we see, by what they see today, if the Mammoths have a good enough performance.
Mankind always asked if they could do it, but not if they should.
Not if they should do it.
If you don't get that quote, I'm sorry, I just aged myself quite a bit, but you need to brush up on your Jurassic Park.
That is true. That is true.
With that being said, we can jump into our action on Pearl, one of the most, I feel like, hated and loved maps by some people. I personally like it. I liked it before the changes. Do I like it as much after them? No, because I'm a person who plays like a rat and likes to hold really disgusting angles, and they made it a lot harder to do that when you are as bad at this game as I am. But with that being said, these players are much better than I am when it comes to playing Valorant, so we can get some awesome action shots here of Pearl. It's a gorgeous map. Not the newest map anymore, as Lotus is the newest one. I do hate that map.
I don't mind Pearl. I do like Lotus, but we won't get in debate here about Lotus because we have to focus on this stage in particular. And overall, in terms of Pearl, I don't really see anyone really going to the right, like taking the rightmost route a lot. Normally they either go down long here, as we can see for this point, or they just try to take a mid angle. But very seldomly do I see them kind of taking the rightmost route onto A.
I think that really depends on your team composition and comfort, and also what you're going up against. I know if I'm going into a Cypher, I typically won't push down a main onto that site, just because Cypher cage right there blocks everything. One-ways are a really big pain in the butt to deal with as well, but instead we're going to have, it looks like Cypher, Raze, Astra, Phoenix, and KO as for one side, and then we're going to have Sky, KO, KJ, Phoenix, and Astra for the other. So pretty much mirror composition, just one swap of one different agent per side, one with the Sky, one with the Cypher. With that being said, we talked about it, and it looks like the team is actually going to do it. Go down a main 2 sites, and they're Gonna have to go into a KJ who has almost all their util dumped there. He's gonna be able to get intel for their team as they have set off the alarm bot, and we do see a paint grenade go in, dropping Riven down under half health.
It was a well-placed knife, however, taking away the ability for Riven to use all those swarm grenades, and Riven is the first pick to go down. It clears out A for the plant. Spicy is going to be the one charged with planning. His front trap Supreme swings out to the side and picks up a double.
And that is a flawless round one for our attacking squad. Moonkeeper was the last to go down. It is pretty common to have just one person, especially a KJ, post up on one site, but the rotations, it seemed like the defenders were ready for a default push. We have 2 on A, 2 on B, and 1 in mid, where previously I think there was 2 in mid this time. Hopefully we don't see Moonkeeper go down too quickly because they are all by themselves.
Timer ready to tick down as we go into the second round. And it looks like it's going to be a run-it-back strategy just with better guns. Dark is waiting, trying to get a sneaky angle. In fact, 2 of them, they're both trying to use the shorty.
And unfortunately, Roomba did go through that. Boombot is going to make sure Riven is identified. Double shots with that shorty. They do take down Secrets. Dark goes down shortly thereafter. Another paint grenade going in through mid brings Riven down at once again to almost sub 50 health. Lots of util being jumped in A main. Only one person remains. That's Suni Lee on the Cyphers. The rest of the team's rotating in through mid. They're going to meet up with a Phoenix and a Sky there. Sky hanging out inside of ARP. Phoenix goes down to V Spicy.
Turret is still there, and it's going to catch out Sunny Lee. V Spicy picks up another elimination, leaving only 2 defenders. Lone rotation is going to be moving on over toward B. KO first on. He's the only one on the point, by the way, and is going to plant.
Well, the good thing about Cypher remaining over by A and pulling the attention of the turret meant that KJ was still relatively close. And after these couple of next eliminations, it definitely tells you where everybody basically is. And they're going to be able to clean things up, and that's 2 back-to-back round wins. They're going to still be in bonus going to this next one, and the defenders will have the opportunity to actually buy better weapons. The question is, are they going to full force buy and go with the ARs, or are they going to play a little bit safer and have some ARs and some Spectres?
So, V Spicy is going to be on the Mammoths. The Mammoths looking to really not be giving up any sort of momentum that they saw earlier on. They are going to be going to 2-0 into their bonus round, mostly with those Bulldogs and Spectres that we see. One of them actually bringing out the Ares, too. So I am always for that.
Once again, looks like they're going to look to push through A, maybe? Nah, possibly mid-push here, dropping some util. Well, huge audio cue is going to come up because of Crunch Wrap, so they know someone's near Art. Defenders are still maintaining their posted positions. Slight rotation towards mid, and Among Us coming out from the KO as we see Master take down Jabe.
Slow rotation up through mid. Riven might be able to catch a good flank onto one of the teams. It's going to be traded back and forth. Dark and Riven now picking up 1 for their team. Riven now up to 3. Just 1 left. V Spicy.
All right, is this going to be the first caught with your knife out death? No? Okay, I appreciate it, V Spicy. Putting it away before rounding a corner. Very smart.
Being around the corner, the crosshair placement perfectly placed for V Spicy. Have to go up against Dark. I don't know if he realizes Dark is there. He's allowing a pinch to go through.
Uh-oh.
30 seconds left.
Straight up and guns.
Ooh, they are pinched off.
I have the spike.
Yikes, that crosshair is rough.
I mean, I think even though they won that, I'm a little bit concerned about I think that was kind of a little bit of a sloppily coordinated play because of the early fire through mid that immediately got to a situation. He could have just turned around, gone back to mid, and taken a one-on-one, and that's never what you want to do. You know, I know you're thinking, oh, we're up 2-1, but a 2-1's going to be meaningless if you just take it on one at a time.
I could not agree with you more. Additionally, our defensive squad, though they did end up winning, they lost almost everyone, so their economy is still not going to be great. We can see KJ only has a frenzy going into this next round, which means they're playing for pickup. That's going to be a little bit rough. We have 1 round corner pushing up too far, so Dark goes down, and our defender's already down 1 again.
defenders starting to favor B slightly. They have 2 on there, and it might be the right call because the attackers are moving over to B-Lawn as well. I think players like Sunny Lee, they're checking their angles. Their crosshair placement is pretty darn good. And when they swing around a corner, just be a one-tap. Jade hiding behind is going to be throwing out a bit of util. Tries to throw out a blind, is able to get Sunny Lee, but it's traded 1-to-1.
Riven with that frenzy gets the crosshair flick up towards the head, manages to upgrade to a Vandal. Still holding out through mid and takes down I think that is the Odin pick we discussed earlier. Riven's going to find the plant. Rainbow, very low health, high ground. Pop flashes to walk out, manages to get a little bit of extra cover, but their teammate goes down, they go down, and now it's just V-Spicy going against Riven. 1v1, who's going to come out on top. The spike is being defused, and pros stick it, but apparently Riven has other plans.
He got concussed, and V-Spicy was able to secure the victory. V-Spicy, I would pretty much assume, is probably top fragger. I think that's the second quad that he's gotten throughout this entire game, and that's easily charged up this Astral Wall, which could open up a whole range of possibilities for the attacking team. In terms of other ultimates, we've got Run It Back and Killjoy.
And if you want the opportunity to be a top fragger, check out Vitamin Shop as they have everything a gamer could need. While we didn't have the QR code pop up, we showed you some of the stuff that they do have. Go to vitaminshop.com to see more. With that being said, best of luck to these teams. We are now at 1-3. Attackers currently posted. They have the opportunity to go full guns. No, I'm hoping we don't see an Odin buy again, because that's going to bust your team's economy.
I don't think there's really a good thing that a good place that we can see in Odin. You know, it really is sort of as much as I don't want it to be, it is more of a niche pick, you know, designed for certain very specific places on stages. And I think we saw when he tried to go through mid and push up with the Odin, it's such a slow weapon to fire initially. Once you get it going, it's sure fast, but slow to reload, slow to pull up, and the Vandal's going to beat it every time.
We also have the Astral Wall come up. Cooper uses the hawk straight through it, but there is a smoke from Astral right in front of it, so it does absolutely nothing. Everyone's kind of just stuck here over on coastline. Lockdown from Riven initiated, and it's going to force back the attackers, but the thing is, they can still escape this as we have another Astral Wall get dropped. Crunchtrap tried to go in to destroy it. Is not going to work. Defuse has started. One person is trapped. It could also be a trap for the defending squad here. They need to be careful. They came out. V-Spicy picks up 2. Like I said, it's a trap.
Player standing.
He is not going to fall for it, however. He's going to move back, save with the Vandal. Already put a decent dent in the eco of the Lynx, despite the win.
1 second, peeps.
There should
I
be
gotta
plenty of
visit
time,
the
and
Astral
you know,
to
I'm
play
not
some
even.
stars.
I'm done talking about the Odin at this point. It's
Yeah,
just,
you and I
it's
both
clear. It's clear. I've given up on this battle. I mean, sometimes people just aren't going to learn, and they just have to learn for themselves.
That's very true.
Best way to help them is just leave them alone.
Let them figure it out. And it looks like, unfortunately, attacking squad is a little bit low on eco, so they are trying to do light buys and half buys. V-Spicy is trying to figure out where they're going to put things, or possibly fighting demons. There we go. Last stars have been placed. Riven placing down their util a little late this time, as opposed to doing it before the round even starts.
Riven swings around the corner, immediately gets denied by the Cypher Cage, but fires right through it and takes out Master.
Placing swarm grenade.
Look, the Odin holder was down first. What a surprise.
There is so much shade coming out right now, and I'm here for it. We've got just some peppering through the flame wall coming from that Phoenix. Didn't find any damage or damage indicator, but the Spicy swung and peeked a little bit too slow, too late. The Riven had the better crosshair placement. Slight high ground advantage, of course, as we have attackers now going for the plant. Sunili, half health, Phoenix, half health. Just don't hot hands near your Cypher, please, Phoenix.
Oh, very well played off
player
of the
standing.
blind. Riven gets ahead at the wallbang with the Phantom. It's just down to one more on the Mammoths.
the post-plant positioning really concerned me there from our attacking squad. They kind of just sat there. I do believe we had a disconnect coming out from the Rays here on the side of the Mammoths. It happened. Oh, looks like they're back. They're looking around. Yep, possibly had to stand up and take care of something real fast. You know, people are playing from their homes. Cat jumps on your PC. There's nothing you can really do about it besides try to shoo them away.
Oh, he said the cat's up on your PC. I thought you said the ketchup is on your
Oh
PC.
my
and I'm like,
gosh.
oh, that does not sound good at all.
No.
You have much bigger problems if ketchup is falling on your PC.
No, but my cat is quite large, and when he wants attention and I try to get him off my desk, I am starting a war.
I'm not going to dodge there. Right now, the war is happening in B lawn, and Crunchwrap Supreme is already going to get hit, but he does much more damage onto Jabe. Jabe is going to use some of his util to heal back up. Only just about above half. Still within one-shot range now.
Oh, double blast back into Showstopper. Does find Rainbow, but goes down themselves. Was that trade really worth it? Not positive considering... Actually, no, definitely was. Lynx are now just 2 left standing for the defense, and they're bunched up here around B. Astra, B Spicy gonna get the plant. Let's see if we can get a little bit better post-plant positioning than we did over on A site, where everyone just stood on the spike.
B Spicy moving slow. Not even gonna take the peak right now. Wants a bit more information. Gonna activate one of their stars. 2 of the defenders now move in, looking to be Spicy, trying to work around the mollies, and takes out Riven to secure the Mammoths. Round 7 win. I do believe, actually, with the Mammoths, I did see an op there in their possession at the very end of that round.
Way. No heckin' way. Did they pick it up off someone?
Might have picked it up on somebody. No, it's Master buying it. Same guy who's buying the Odin every time, so it's either the Odin or the Ops.
You're that person.
Yep.
We all have one of those friends that we play casual with that only buys Ops and Odins after the pistol rounds, and then they make you want to cry.
So the Lynxes have a little bit more to cry about right now, except, no, I think that might go over to the Mammoths after that beautiful headshot by Jabe. At least he's using the op in the one place where it kind of makes sense, V long. Right now the push is going over onto A. Secret's going to use their run it back. V Spicy eliminates Moonkeeper. It's 4-4. Master throws out a knife. Is the lineup going to land? It does, but there's no one there.
Put the knife away. You're far enough right now, but as soon as you round through Among Us, Master, you need to put that knife away. Spike is planted again. Looks like it's going for post-plant retake right now for the Lynxes. They do activate KO's ultimate. KO for our defense goes down, and attackers walk away with a victory. V Spicy getting a 3-piece, most likely, as you mentioned earlier, our top fragger.
Especially, I mean, he's just literally dragging the Mammoths across the finish line at this point.
Double digits at 17. No one has even hit double digits yet across the board. Yes, we have people with 9 kills, but nonetheless, you know, the numbers don't lie. No one has 10 kills, and we can see it. Just a quick replay here of what went down after plants. We have Crunchwrap finding one, Rainbow, Secrets, Dark, all finding one, and then V Spicy coming in with the 2-piece combo. I'll take a Crunchwrap Supreme and a Chalupa. Thank you very much.
It's a never-ending smorgasbord of eliminations for V Spicy. Mammoths are going to try to keep things going as they move as a group onto B, with Sunny Lee holding back for the sneaky angle. I like this.
This could be absolutely tragic if they don't find Suni.
You are divided.
Or it could be insanely big brain because Suni's getting... What?! How did you... Check your ankles, please. Please. I'm asking nicely. It's not going to be nice in a bit. Oh! Free up.
One enemy remaining.
They're even going to pick it up. They have the person advantage.
The enemy
Why? I don't understand. Okay, so our KO here had an Ares, and so reload speed, again, as you mentioned earlier with the Odin, very long. And no choice but to swap over to the Classic. This is where, you know, having one of these weapons and also pushing forward without reloading when you know you should reload. And if you get into an engagement, need to reload, not the best idea. You have time. It's a resource, and there was plenty left.
So I am keeping an official tally, and the amount of times that the Master has actually gotten elimination with this op is the same amount of times I visited Costa Rica. I'm just saying, why would you buy an op if you're just going to hold a close angle and pull a classic out anyway?
That's a good question. I'm asking similar things, and Master still manages to have the op. Dark, despite having the audio cue, goes down to Crunchwrap. Crunchwrap now rounding corner, uses Boombuck, and it takes a quick jiggle peek. Swap over to their main weapon. Last pack around the corner. Rainbow knows they're there. Rainbow's not going to be able to do anything just yet. They do get hawked. Identifying there's a Sky near them, but what is their response to this intel? They're going to take down the turret, throw the grenade through the flower shop. Don't know if it did any damage, though, as everyone else is on coastline.
A lot of KJ util to work through, but the question I have is, if you're not aware that they're there, yeah. But this is it for Riven. Now decides to use the swarm grenades, but Secrets is already way off to the side.
Oh. Oh. Nice try, Secrets.
Emmett's going
30
for the
seconds
long
left.
rotation on towards B. Spike planter is very far behind. And is going to use a command null. Problem is there's no one really to nullify.
My ult's ready.
Did they plant for sight from B long? I can't really tell right now.
This should be the one place where at least, you know, if they planted the spike in a good location, they can just keep an op sideline over this. I have no idea.
We do have lockdown, but lockdown... Okay, this is your opportunity.
He's going to throw out a molly. He's got to go one.
One enemy remaining.
Wait, you didn't...
And you couldn't even make that happen. Seven to 3 Mammoths, but unfortunately, you know, maybe you ought to hand that gun off to somebody else. Lynxes are going to take their time out.
Check your angle, but your brain doesn't process that you saw someone moment. Happens to the best of us. We are in a quick timeout. Possibly coach is telling Master to get rid of the op. You can't throw it off the map.
You can, which would be the dignified thing to do at this point. But, you know, if you want to just keep trying to hold close corners, you know, with it, you know,
yeah, you're really staring down that wall.
You really are. But hey, you are going to have the most picture-perfect aim at the one speck of paint that is, you know, flaked off the wall. And that's the
Most
really
definitely.
important thing.
Yes, we are heavily judging, because I'm sorry, when you have an op for, I think, 4 or 5 rounds now and have yet to get a kill and V Spicy gets the exit frag instead, there is a problem. You had your crosshair on them. I don't know what happened. You misclicked. You freaked out and put your crosshair too far to the left, but it's a one-shot, one kill.
You know, you're holding it for so many rounds. I need to say, you know, the shot's not going to be exact unless you see that red dot there.
Yes.
That's a very crucial thing to keep in mind if you ever want to op.
Can't move. Still has it.
Suppress it.
Gonna throw out a knife onto A.
Check out the defense there where there's an op, so they're just going to take away the...
Joke's over.
long-range
You're
advantage.
dead.
All right, here's your opportunity. And you don't judge the blind. You miss the blind. He gets
Good job,
one.
and now
There's
they have
the
a
one.
free op. They have a free op. Congratulations.
Good. Spike planted.
Swarm grenade out.
Secrets, one pick on the Moonkeeper, answered back by Rainbow. 3 to 2. Mammoth V Spicy.
Shoulder.
One making it happen. going to move through the smoke back on toward point. Remember, the Mammoths have it in their wheelhouse right now. They don't have to take any sort of risky peeks. The spike is down. Let the Lynxes come to you.
Two suppressed.
Last player standing.
3
One
kills.
enemy remaining.
Nice knowing.
You just saw where the wall bangs came from, bro. Why didn't you wall bang back?
Well, either way, it's going to be a victory
Last
for the
round
Mammoths
before
as we're
the
heading
switch.
into the last round before the half.
Not coming
Want to know
back.
what's great though?
Yeah?
Master can't afford it. Oh, Master can't afford an op.
Yeah, he didn't buy anything else because
Just the
he was just
blind.
holding on to that thing every
Yeah,
single
what?
But you
Yeah,
got
they
your
had
one
us
kill.
on. Congratulations.
I hope you liked it. Put it onto your TikTok. Brag to your friends. You got an op kill. Platform's going to be banned in a year anyhow, so I'm glad you have your life priorities all straightened out.
The sass. Okay, defense now is aware that the op's out of play. I'm pretty sure they're anticipating it not being bought again because you can see that they're not rotating and pushing through mid as a unit. Instead, we are more or less in default after KJ's dropped a lot of util on A. Sky hanging back.
You are divided.
Flower shop. We're going to have the wall drop on B for the attackers from Astra. Should tell the defense that they need to start
planted.
rotating. Suni Lee goes down to dark in mid, and Secrets is going to find Jabe over their B as well as the Seekers cabbages. They've come out.
Are they going to respect them? It goes right in the face, and that's going to maybe catch Red Rep Supreme off guard. He tries to get an angle, but is taken out by swarm grenades as well. They also get the res onto the KO. Molly's in the
One
post
enemy
plant.
remaining. Last player standing.
The Spicy trying to clutch it, laying
He
around the
got
wall.
another op.
if I died.
And Riven manages to win that. That was very well done. Those Seekers or Cabbages got a lot of information for the Mammoths. Just shows you have to respect them for the danger they are. Don't you know
Switching
that just one
sides.
cabbage slug can destroy the entire ecosystem of Bossing Say?
Indeed, it can.
You gotta be aware
Or
of
the
these things.
avatar. I know you have enough money. Don't do it again.
No, they're not. They're going into the half now,
Oh,
so
thank
they're
goodness.
forced.
Thank goodness.
We're gonna see at least pistol rounds here for at least the next 3 rounds.
Suni Lee goes down to dark and
Just
mid. What happened here at the very end of the last half. You can see right there, that op is what KO dropped. I saw him round out of the astral wall with it and then back off, swap to a classic and try to engage. And that is when it was over.
Trap Supreme inspecting their classic before taking a peek out on toward mid. Everyone from the Lynxes seems to be focused on B-Long, and it's a good choice because Master is heading out there all alone. They can now move on to the point. Rotation back from Crunchwrap Supreme to try to hold down the fort. Going to throw out some paint shells. Jade is holding an angle that Crunchwrap might not be expecting. Here he almost gets caught in his util. Turns into a failed play.
Yikes. Identifying when your teammate's taking damage and coming into fire with them is a very strong strategy, and that's exactly what we saw from the Astra, taking down the Phoenix. Equal on both sides, both have lost one. Now Lynxes are down 1 agent. Alarm bot goes out, blast pack out. They're trying to figure out how to defuse this right at corner, even though I'm pretty sure one person could sit there and
One
the rest could
enemy
play get down,
remaining.
Mr. President. There we go. Start the defuse, stick it. There's just a Sky. You have 2 people standing. They should be able to take care of 1 Sky. Good job.
There you go. I don't know quite what the strategy was there. I think that might have just been a cheeky play against the teammate to throw them off, I suppose.
Perhaps.
Show you're having a good time, which I'm glad they are. Right now, they're going to head into the next round with a gun advantage. See what they decide to bonus with. A lot of them going for the standard Spectres.
Crunchwrap did get enough kills to buy a Spectre themselves. I'm curious as to what we have from the Lynxes. Can't quite see over their head yet what weapons they looked at. And we'll have to just wait until we rotate towards them. Crunchwrap, can you not? Can you just normal peek? Yeah. No. No. Okay. Okay, thank you. Looks like all pistols. No one really. Yikes.
Well play, Swarm Grenade, and Master just sits there. Media gets taken out. That's a nice pick from Secrets. Make it 2 with the judge. He's going to flash around the corner and catches the KJ, and that's going to be his triple.
Gotta do the reload, smart.
Not going to get the ace, but hey, a quad on the judge while you catch the Astra out from the corner. Nicely played.
Judge, get it. I'm here for it. It's great.
You looks like all pistols. No one really. Yikes.
We're not gonna
Well
talk about
play, Swarm Grenade.
it.
Oftentimes, since you've there. moved, the Media journey gets you've taken out. taken That's a in nice pick from collegiate Secrets. esports, Make Rudy, it from 2 being a with competitor the to now judge. being a coach, Flash you around often the corner, catches the explain KJ, to and that's gonna be his- explain to people that teams that you're coaching, you often refer to them as your kids. And some kids make you proud and grow up, and there are other kids as well.
Yeah.
And you're definitely having an exasperated parent attitude with you right now.
Okay. There was a change of heart for now. See how long that lasts. Posted up through B main. Alarm bot set behind, as is Rainbow, to catch anyone who's trying to pinch off and flank from the defense. Onto the attackers. They making some noise, choosing to rotate. Suni Lee is going to go down to 17 health. They do have a Sky. Not sure. Wait, no, that's the Lynx who have a Sky. Never mind. I can read. So Suni Lee is probably going to have to sacrifice themselves for the greater good of their teammates. Ended up doing so. Crunch Rock gets a gun. A Vandal off of that, indeed, is going to be able to back off. And looks like Jabe is going to start pushing forward, seeing if anyone's going to peek. Master goes down to Riven. 3 left standing for the Mammoths. 4 still standing for the Lynxes. One was fighting demons and ended up meeting the hollow end of Riven's weapon. Secret's still on that judge, though. Picks up Riven. Oh,
30
that's
seconds
a
left.
party foul.
There have been multiple times where they've been caught out by their own team's U-tail, just runs right through the wall with their run it back. Plant goes down. 2 left to take it back. V-Spicy and Secrets both in the same location and are mollied off for now.
Dark is on B long.
Going up.
Guys, you know you have a mic and you can warn your teammates when you're going to use something that can burn them.
V-Spicy is going to try his best, but ultimately it's not going to work out. Although still, nothing too concerning for the Mammoths, because that was their bonus round and they were still able to get 3 eliminations with their Spectres against ARs.
BYB fam, going to Astral to do them Astral Guardian things I do.
Can I get a quick look at the scoreboard?
No.
That's fine. I probably shouldn't see it anyway.
Woo! Let's start.
I'm glad Astra's having such a good time.
Me
where
too.
I mean, at least she's vibing out.
Grenade!
Oh, this paint shells! Right, doorway. It isn't going to pick up anybody. I thought that might be huge.
Knocking them.
RKO with the op is posted up on B long, and
concealment.
everyone is going through mid towards A.
This could be a nice position from Sunny Lee. He is able to get 1, but it's answered back by Riven.
I thought Dark took some damage there, but it looks like Dark didn't take anything. That's unfortunate.
Oh, look.
Spike planted.
A frenzy versus
to the
an
an
op.
op. Who? That's like. I'll comment later. Right now, we still got a spike that has been planted. Mammoth's trying to take it back. The main fragger, V-Spicy, trying to make the play happen.
No, you don't.
Secrets is able to get 1. Swarm grenade goes out. V-Spicy is going to move up. Op shot brains out by Rainbow. He moves back.
Yeah, Rainbow got Secrets. Rainbow picked up the op.
Goes for a jump peek, and Riven just takes advantage of that 2-on-1 situation. V-Spicy, despite getting 30 kills, is not going to be able to get the Mammoths any higher in
Your
score.
backpack is starting to break. I'm sorry.
Now, one thing I wanted to say was, I don't know if that's the more perfect visualization for how things have gone here as the Frenzy beating the Op. It's like that meme, you know, who would win meme. The answer might surprise you.
I mean, okay, so the strategy when you run into an op and you don't think you're going to get the shot off to kill them with the one tap is you bait the first shot and then you run like crazy into them. And the gun that helps play into that is definitely the Frenzy. So it was a smart call there from Rainbow to swap to it and actually be, you know, hanging on to a Frenzy in that instance. Ooh.
Good start from Dark. Crunchwrap Supreme trying to bait out a bit of attention.
That's a blast back. You need to be careful. I think your head is still visible, Dark. Ooh. Oh.
I broke your mirror.
Spike
Ult's
planted.
Oh, running right away. I don't know if he got a view on any other of the teams.
Blocking vision.
Aster's having
I
a
need
very
a
intense
concealment.
battle with a turret.
And the turret's winning.
I've got your trail.
Cabbages come out. Master gets blinded.
Oh.
It is in with a Bucky. And you have to be
Player
able to point blank range for that to work. They go down. Ribbon finds one. Moonkeeper finds another. And that's a round win for the Lynxes.
I'm twitchy here. Let's go already.
Meanwhile, as we head into round 18, Lynxes have a chance of bringing this back. Mainly because while there's been some very talented players on the Mammoths, the team coordination just hasn't been there.
And there's been some very poor economic
Let me show you
and
how the boss does it.
there's been poor economy choices. Bad financial decisions.
You know, I think they would have seen a better return on investment had they bought Bitcoin than what they're actually buying. Oh, look!
Good
You
job.
got one! Gonna reload, go back, and now the Lynxes are gonna be going up through A main. This is a good choice because there's only really one holding it down. Unfortunately for them, it is V Spicy.
Spicy.
He is just going to be holding that angle for the rest of eternity, waiting for some sort of audio cue.
Everyone is.
I think the Lynxes, they're kind of waiting right now for Riven to kind of group up so they can all push as a unit. Riven just hanging out in mid to try to catch out any sort of flanks.
It's just Ribbon. There is.
30
Okay,
seconds
they're gonna
left.
get shut down, which is great. So all that util from the Cypher is now kind of useless. The Spicy is in an Astra
Spike
smoke
planted.
and suppressed with that null command coming out. And Suni Lee, as well as Riven, are about to have some aggression between the two of them. Who's gonna swing peek the angle? Who's gonna hold it longer?
Cage trigger.
Who's more patient? Cage goes up. Suni Lee backs into point.
Currently have everyone available.
Yeah.
Suni Lee gets the pick, immediately use the neural theft. I like that.
It's out. The bald man is out.
And
player
it's just going to
standing.
be a successful
One
stick
enemy
for the
remaining.
Mammoths. Despite
Bragging
Rainbow
rights if you
actually
get first
winning
pick.
everything. So it's a win, but it's a win that could leave them very short in terms of eco, because ever since the second half of the round has started, Lynx Mammoths haven't been really that successful.
If they can get two back-to-back, they're good to go, and they close it out. The question is, will they? But if Master continues to make poor financial decisions, most likely yes.
Spike dropped.
We'll have to see, but I don't think, I think old habits are going to die hard.
Oh, sounds like he bought a normal gun.
Yeah, he gets taken out first thing. Lynxes now have
You
a
are
very
divided.
wide open
Come on,
paths. I
let's
mean,
go.
he couldn't buy
You're
an
dead.
overdraw even if he tried, because this is an eco round for the Mammoth. Jade gets a one shot right onto Secret to stop that run it back.
Spike
Crunchwrap Supreme
planted.
moves around the corner with the shorty. and throws out a paint shell. Sunny Lee is going to be spotted out by this turret. The Astra, if they're communicating with your Astra, yeah, there you are, tearing around because you're going to see easy pickings. He's Spicy doing work with the Sheriff.
Packers are just now playing post plant. I mean, they can just play for time at this point. It's a 3v2. There is really no last play out when you only have a frenzy and full health, but attackers still manage to come out on top.
Probably not as clean as a win as they would have wanted, considering they were so outgunned by the Mammoths. I think just kind of the general top fragging skill that we're seeing with V Spicy being able to hit those headshots around the corners is definitely helping the Mammoths somewhat. This is going to be kind of a main decider round because if you think, you know, Mammoths lose this one, then most likely they're going to have to eco next round, so we could be almost all completely tied up if Lynxes win. Oh my goodness, I thought I'd never see the day.
I know, everything looks normal. Full push through A main.
Run.
Without blocking
Gonna
vision.
have to go smoke off some points. Killjoy also
Pulling them
used
in.
by Lynxes, putting a bit of pressure on the Mammoths. Spicy trying to hang around their corner. They don't check it, and he makes them pay for it.
One player was detained. The question is who? I believe
Can't
it
use
is
that.
Master.
of
Yep, on
course.
coastline. Crunchwrap drops Showstopper,
Last
picks up
player
Keeper. We see
standing.
Suni find Dark, and Lynx only have Riven left standing. Lots of hopping happening around that corner from Crunchwrap Supreme, but they do ult. Okay.
Match point.
We win this
Good job,
battle,
Crunchwrap.
we win this war.
Down A.
He makes them pay for it. Here's
One
an
player
instant
was
replay,
detained.
and
The question is who? I believe
you
it
can
is
basically see
Master.
Astra
Yep, on
standing there
coastline.
right out in the open. Luckily, I mean, hey, when you have V Spicy on your team, just, you know, going over 30 on the frags, then that's what puts the Mammoths, really, quite frankly, up into this match point. I also got to say, Crunchwrap Supreme has also made a lot of pretty good plays himself.
Yeah, though I question the choice to, I'm going to call it B-hop around that corner repetitively. It really messes with your aim, but you're right in front of that person. Odds of you missing are a little bit smaller in that instance, I guess. Worked out. Did it look weird? Yeah, but it worked, so that's okay.
Well, as soon as this timeout runs out, then Lynxes are going to be faced with a very long route ahead. They're going to have to win 4 just to put it into overtime.
I'm gonna see where. I'm looking at Master right now on defense because where he posts up is gonna tell me what gun he has.
Okay, he's going for the Phantom.
Oh, that is when you know you made a mistake.
Though those paint shells are placed right in the doors, and that's a whole lot of damage against the Lynxes. Astra is able to heal up. At this point, a health advantage is kind of held over the Lynxes, even though they're behind. Mammoths are behind on people. So has the chance with the gun to make a play. He moves in with the molly that's well placed, and he's going to pick up Rainbow.
No chance. Flashbang. Flash.
Is that number 2?
Knife deployed.
Last player standing.
Fine. We're doing fine.
I'm terrible with pop flashes myself, so I can't really judge that harshly, but I very rarely back-to-back drop both and blind myself with both.
Gets 1.
One enemy remaining.
This 2, and again, this is how you throw away a 3-1 lead. You take it, you do not. Blue Peak as a team is just going to try to stick it, and Riven is there to do Killjoy things and be able to win the round for the Lynxes, but that was almost completely ended. No, you have 2 left. After one of them goes down or knows where they are, you say to your teammate, okay, 1, 2, 3 peek, we'll take them out.
I think it's really important also to remember that when there's a KJ alive, odds are there's swarm grenades around the spike, and you need to take a second to look for them. There's an audio cue, a slight a visual cue, and also you can just kind of spray around the general vicinity to find it.
You are powerless.
This is going to be using their command. No, nice pick by Riven to start things out.
V-Spicy, just use the cover that's been given to you.
Oh, the molly.
Okay, okay.
V-Spicy is also suppressed at this moment.
Spike planted.
Can't use any of their stars.
Okay, null command is done. Secrets is rounding over towards coastline. We have another one coming through Flower Shop. Just posted up at Flower Shop. It's Master right now, trying to get some wall banks, not finding anything.
Spicy moves in, is able to smoke off the point, tells his teammate to just go and stick it. Swarm grenades are right there and are going to take out Secrets for trying to stick it.
Useless individual.
Last player standing.
Master goes for the defuse, but he only has 8 health left. Swings around for what potentially could be a good flank, but I don't think spray and pray with a Vandal while moving is going to get you what you want, and there you go. Lynxes go up to 10, 12 now. Mammoth's still at match point, but do see Secrets is having to settle for a Marshall, so this is an eco round, so I think we could very well see this going to overtime.
Minutemen posted up. I personally suck with a Marshall, but I will buy it just for the giggles.
Sometimes you see people make plays. Master's going for it next up the flank here. The question is how well can it go with the frenzy? He gets one with a headshot. Crunchrat Supreme also picks up one with the paint shells.
Careful now.
Their Molly himself up.
Flashbang.
Staying around the corner. Oh,
Player standing. Spike down
that was
mid.
so well played too.
Nice.
And that's gonna do it. Mammoths win.
Defenders win.
They actually won on an eco by picking up everyone else's guns.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know, going at it alone can only get you so far. Ultimately, if you want to increase your chances of success, you have to level up your teaming skills.
And your economy recognition. With that being said, if you want the opportunity to be seen by extra college recruiters, talk to us directly to esports industry insiders, get matched with well-matched teammates, and work with professional coaches, definitely check out Esports Tower. And I want to give a quick shout out to Coach Halter. And if you're watching and haven't checked out the Esports Tower clubs, you definitely should. It's a fast track to help you rank up. The Mammoths complete this 2-day-long series in a 2-0 sweep, despite some weird choices.
Yep.
And with that being said, that is going to be we're going to end the night with a game between the Gators and the Crocodiles, but we're going to take a quick break because I need to recenter my thoughts and take away the flashbacks I have regarding Odins and Operators in that last match, and hopefully not see them again for the remainder of the evening. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in a few minutes with some more Valorant.
Home is where you hang your hat, snuggle up, hide out. Home is when you're with the ones you love. It isn't just a place, it's a state of mind. At Idaho Central Credit Union, our home is Idaho. We grew up here, and we're proud to help more Idahoans with their home loan than any other financial institution. Idaho Central Credit Union. We believe home is where you make it. Idaho Central Credit Union, looking after your daily balance.
Growing up in Riggins, we have certain rules we live by. Look both ways before crossing the street. Fishing stories get better the more you tell them. Small town life makes your life anything but small. Never work alone when you go hunting. And always buckle up. Seatbelts save lives. That's a rule we can all live by.
broadcast the Esports Tower Rumble in Valorant. We're broadcasting it from the Boise State Esports Arena. We head back to Pearl this time for a showdown between the Gators and the Crocodiles. I'm still your host, Artie Rain, joined on desk by Jacob Palmer. Now, if there were one thing that you hope we see that goes differently in this game than the last, what would it be, Jacob?
I want to see rifles, rifles, rifles. Just give me the Phantoms and Vandals all day. And you know, when you focus on tried and true tested strategies, you perform well, and you impress college recruiters, you earn opportunities, don't you?
Yes, you definitely do, and we actually want to take a quick moment to congratulate all the Esports Tower Club members who have been recognized through Esports Tower in their own academic success and have earned scholarships across the country. Over the last year, Esports Tower Club members have received over, I'm sorry, my brain breaks every time I see this, $4.5 million in scholarship awards. These students have not only worked hard on their in-game play, but have worked hard academically to earn these scholarship opportunities. We could not be more excited and proud to see all of these opportunities these players are getting. Congratulations to each and every one of you. And just a little anecdotal thing, one of the Esports Tower members who played for Rocket League started in his junior year, named Wilds, was a notorious powerhouse with their dynamic duo of Thrift, actually went on to play for Grand Canyon University, and we actually did get to see Wilds here once again at the arena. First time since this last summer. It was really fantastic to see one of the Esports Tower players again and see how much they are flourishing thanks to programs such as these. So congratulations to each and every one of you. And Wilds, if you ever come back and watch these shows, it was great to see you again.
Yeah, it really is nice to see, you know, them getting recruited to colleges all across the country. But you can't get recruited if you don't play well. And one of the ways to play well is following Doc's keys to the game.
Yes, Doc's keys to the game in Valorant are important, and I'm going to add stop buying operators and Odins when your team cannot pick up the slack, and it's the other Doc's keys, which are actually from Doc and not me, are going to be focus angles and flanks, know your win condition, count cards, call abilities, and click heads. Doc's keys to the game are presented to us today by Esports Tower. You can score pro advice at esportstower.com, where you can improve your game sense, improve your team play, and improve your performance under pressure. You'll get matched with great players and professional coaches to help you rank up.
And we're going to be going back to Pearl this time for a showdown between the Gators and the Crocodile. I just got to say, which do you prefer in terms of reptilians? Because Gators and Crocodiles, I mean, Crocodiles, of course, they're larger, more vicious. I'll hand them that. Gators can be a bit more entertaining.
I have actually, when I was in middle school, I went to the Everglades on a science trip. Had to fundraise for like a year and a half, 2 years to go, and we walked through a park, and our science director, the person that was leading us through everything, was like, "Don't worry, you might see some gators, but if you don't disturb them, they won't disturb you." And I remember walking down this one path with my friends, and this gator just walks right by us, and we're all like standing there like, "Please don't see us, please don't do anything." But of course the person was completely right. It just ignored us and kept on its merry way, and I'm like, "Oh, thank God." But then also right after that ended, I was like, "That was so cute."
It is true. That is very true. Gators, you know, the ones that are used to humans can be pretty chill.
Yeah, it was a national park, and so seeing humans was pretty normal. On a completely different note, Vitamin Shop, thank you so much for helping us out here with Esports Tower. Vitamin Shop has everything a gamer could need. Scan the QR code now to check out all of their latest products. I'm too broke to do that myself, but if you are not, I highly advise that you do, since they have some great things. We're going to jump into Pearl. There won't be any alligators, but you can see some whales, and you can hear them. I doubt we'll be able to see them ourselves unless some player decides to stare at the dome for an extended period of time.
Or decides to take a look at some of the nice scenery here. I mean, this park is actually pretty nice, considering we don't necessarily see a lot of it, but we do see a lot of this. The mid is the name of the game here on Pearls. We are ready to head into the Battle of the Reptilians. You know, for all we've been describing the Gators as pretty chill, the Gators logo does look a little bit more fierce. I wonder if they got them swapped around at this point, because...
You know, that Gators logo kind of reminds me of the Blue Eyes White Dragon, but with the Toon card from Yu-Gi-Oh!
Oh, my favorite archetype. Even though it's never been good, but I still like it. All right, let's get to the game at hand. The Gators versus the Crocodiles. The Crocodiles are going to be first on attack.
Very different compositions than what we saw in our previous games. Both going with the Fade, both immediately used the Haunt, got destroyed, gave intel of the fact that people are at least there.
Fully smoked.
Locked in blue team color. Smoke off, all of the sidelines, move in. Prowlers at bay. Get the spike successfully planted. Now gonna move in their post-plant position. Mid, see if he can't get a flank up and hard. He gets one. None other than Kikkonen, who we've seen many times before.
Watch your eyes.
Side note,
Player standing.
serious. I'm not going to try to say the rest of the name. That is Cats.
Okay. That's much more easy to say.
The coaches did also mention, because we
like
just
your
got to see it
tone,
here,
Cypher.
Crocodiles are really
Don't
strong at
play.
retaking, and so they're interested to see how the Gators handle that type of retake action, because they're like, okay, you have the util advantage. Go ahead, come on in. It's now a trap.
And we definitely saw that right there. We saw a nice kind of rally by Kikkonen, but that was the only pick that they were able to get against the Crocodiles. Go into round 2. Crocodiles are not going to have their choice of guns for the bonus.
I'll find you.
Just going to have to full save here. No pistols.
Hey, I'm all for a Ghost and a Dream. That is one of my standard loadouts when I am broke. Ghost or a Frenzy, depending on the map, depending on what agent I am using. They take down the alarm bot. Does give intel, but not too much, so long as only one person or two people fired at it.
Kikkonen taking a similar strategy, but it's just kind of mirrored this time. He's going to be the one going name. A lot of util is keeping the Gators at bay. Crocodile's just going to keep throwing that out. Before Didi just gets happy, picks up a double, eliminating Peel. Kikkonen finally comes through the flank.
Oh!
Thought it might be
Spike
too
down
late,
mid.
and it still probably is because it's still a 3-on-1, despite that great classic play.
Got you. My eyes are down. Cage triggered.
Tough situation here. Can't necessarily move through. Is going to try to upgrade on a gun, pick up the Spectre, get a few body shots in, but Didi is right there with the quad.
Keep going right now. You are definitely
Their Viper
coming
is
in strong for my
terrifying.
book, the player of the
I
game.
love it.
He's been able to
Yes,
pull off,
this
you know,
should
some good flanks. I just think that
this
the
is a
time
nice
that the
spot.
flanks come in are just a little bit too late. Normally, the team has already been taken out. So if he can just be maybe a few seconds earlier with them, I think we could see some great engagements
That
out.
goes dead.
Hey, yo, better late than never.
Now talking about better late than
This goes
never, the
here.
full rifles are going to be online for the Gators as Crocodiles. Because they won that pretty clearly, a lot of them are going to be still having those Spectres. And then waiting patiently to see if any flanks
waiting.
come through.
Beacon down.
Viper wall is
Bring
thrown
them
defensively.
down. Cutting their vision.
Making the Gators drop harder.
Careful now.
Smokes are down, as well as some swarm
There.
grenades. Not too much damage placed onto the Crocs. Crocs now peek out. Didi gets the first pick.
Alright, so I'm about to say I better not get a yellow card for it, Doc, because this is me relaying intel from the coaches themselves. According to them, Happy has been improving in his gameplay recently and working hard on being more confident. We can definitely tell by the post-plant position that Happy
One enemy remaining.
really highlights the second point that they made, which is being more aggressive to help his team. Definitely took a very aggressive
The
angle. Did it
nightmare
pay off?
turns
Not
in
so
our
much, but
favor.
it was much better than just hanging back and staying out of line of sight of the enemy team.
Talking about this was also a really great play from Kikkonen, realizing the advantage that you have in terms of range with the Vandals. Kikkonen is just waiting. Majin gets the pick, and that's kind of the green light for him and Cats. Both pick up a double for themselves. Wall bangs as well.
There.
Now the Gators have completed the standard 3-round opening that we're all used to on Valorant. Now everyone should have full guns, and we'll see what really happens.
Haunt comes out, did mark 1. Sounds like Kikonen is aware that there's a turret nearby.
Come on, let's go.
Still inside.
Ooh! What in the nuggets just happened there, Cats?
Enemy spotted A.
Bring them
He
down.
thrown the molly back, trying to push that jet out. He does, but Didi is holding firm. It's a 1 trade.
double swarm grenades on standard default plant spot does end up being the end for the Brimstone.
Oh, that's nice.
My ult ready.
Nice job by Veal. It's a two
Feeling
apiece.
sight. Last player standing. One enemy remaining.
I'll find you.
Oh, here's the defuse sound effect, but it is not a stick. Instead, gets the view and plays beautifully with that Bulldog.
Happy that was very nicely executed. Well done.
And another thing I also liked is I got to hand it out to Veal here, because this was some advice that we were saying in the last game. When the wallbang didn't work, he saw where the bullets were coming from and immediately adjusted.
Yeah. We're not completely crazy. Though we sound like we're crazy sometimes. I do lose my marbles on occasion.
But it turns out that standard Valorant fundamentals
Do not
are
relent.
fundamentals for a reason.
Exactly.
All right, the air
Get out
horn
of my
goes
way.
out. The Gators are pumped. Crocodiles might be forced onto an eco round, but the knives from the Jet are going to try
Where
to
are you?
alleviate that for now. On thrown out to start things off. Doesn't look like it spots anybody.
Possibly Prowler just to clear around Jen. No, clear straight across. Doesn't pick anything up. Double smokes, heaven and hell. We have the stimmy get
Gun to
dropped
spike.
around in a corner. They're going to place for...
There.
I still think plant spot. Only having a shorty. Unfortunately, that KJ did not stand a chance. He did find Ekonan, and he does find Adams as well. There goes the Nightfall, so now sound cues are gone.
One enemy
You're just going to be
remaining.
having an awkward voice whispering in your head. It is just going to be the Fade Left standing up for the Crocodiles.
Left to try to bring it back. Bit of gunfire being exchanged.
Just play time here. I really...
At this point, yeah, they've got all the time in the world. They're risking as possible.
Oh, feather. Tap it.
Player
Tap
standing.
it.
I mean, this is why we were saying just kind of play for time. I mean, you've already got the round. You're losing so much eco here.
Oh, spray and pray does not work with a Vandal.
Ching, little skrrr, then we're done. Yeah?
You get a little bit more forgiveness with a Phantom, still not so much. You need to tap your gun.
The Gators now still have the lead, even though that was a very questionable win, and one that, even though they get the slightly more credits for getting the win, I assume they're not going to have much after they purchase all their Vandals. Opening charge is going to go out onto B-Long.
Smoke's down.
Throw out a util, throws out the Nightfall. Pick anyone up.
Cage triggered. Cage triggered.
Going up.
Oh!
Once again, guys, communicate to your team. If you're gonna use some util that can hurt them. Granted, it only took off 2 health, but nonetheless, come on. It's just cruel and unusual.
Here.
He can incense out a ping. Seems to be calling this out. I like the coordination here. This does seem like it's a bit of communication between him and the Phoenix. And look at that! When you work together, teamwork makes dream work. Crocodile's now just down to 3.
And Sighted 3 coming in through mid. Unfortunately, those 2 that are standing are going to pick up 3. Gators now just down to 2. They can just play for time, and we have Orbital Strike dropped directly. Oh, I thought that was directly on Spike. Not quite. They do use Molly. They're using Prowler, trying to just bait some people out. There is no time left. No, there is
Still
time.
waiting.
But they're just going to back off. They do end up winning. The retake wasn't strong enough nor fast enough coming out from the Crocodiles. Ah, yes, that was the Gators using Orbital Strike just straight on Spike. That made sense. I thought that was the attackers. I realized now they don't have a brim. They have a breach.
Here's now open up a better lead and a much better play in the post plant. Recognizing that they don't need to take unnecessary fights, especially because, you know, if it's Roadrunner who's still up on this fade for the Crocodiles, then, I mean, Roadrunner's whole MO has been
I
kind
need
of
this.
forcing the Gators
Thank
into
you.
unfavorable fights and just bleeding off their eco 2,900
Got
credits
that
at a
right.
time.
Yeah.
Launching smoke.
Cats wall banging through,
Reload.
just trying to make sure no one's on the other side of the billboard, checking their angles, pre-firing on set angles too. That can be a little bit bad. It does give some audio cues because you're using a Vandal. Looks like we're gonna have a counter wall from the Phoenix to circumvent the wall from the Viper.
Watch your eyes.
Conan goes down.
Spike planted.
Here gets the plan. Oh boy. Does get the kill with the wall bang, so that was nice.
You should run.
Uh-oh.
Molly.
Have a Killjoy going down from the Crocs to try to retake the point. Majin, one shot with the Sheriff.
Ooh, it forces them really far back and out of LOS up that spike just long enough that it could give them an opportunity to start to move.
I'll find you.
Seems like they're well aware of the fact that flank can come here through ramp.
Last
Then they
player
should see both of
standing.
them on the spike. Just play it for time at this point.
Clutch.
Rough.
Not enough time left though, and both go down with the spike. Gators now up 5. Well, up at 5 with Crocodile still sitting
Wonderful.
down at
It's
2.
great to see how frightened they are.
A lot of these rounds that Gators have
Need
won have
equipment.
been one that they've just kind of won by the skin of their teeth.
Credit where it's due though, they're still winning.
That is true. As you once said before, why are you complaining when you're winning?
Yes.
But I will still complain.
It's a little different. We're
Because it is
casters.
our job.
Yes.
Another push by the Gators onto B. Viper Wall hasn't gone up yet.
Here.
Happy tentatively moves forward, slowly checking on the angles, not pre-firing this time.
Holy smoke.
Enemy spotted.
Goes out the on, Viper Wall goes up. They have a bit of cover thanks to the Brimstone. Goes out the Prowler. Fire and one-to-one trade.
Loading. Cutting their vision.
Off your feet.
Rolling Thunder comes through. Looks like Veal's just going to be able to dodge it. Here was not able to dodge it. It's going to get pinched off. Flash goes out. Veal blinded. Snare goes down. Majin did check their corner. They picked one up, but they go down to Kikonen. Cats also is going to find DD, so now we're in a 2-on-2 situation. Neural Theft theoretically could be
player
used, but I
standing.
think, yeah, Kikonen was too far away from any corpses. Now we gotta play for time. Flash goes out. Looks like Crocodiles are going to get the defuse, and attackers lose.
And that's what the coaches said was the
Drink some
Crocodiles'
water,
best
reload your
strength,
mags,
is
and
their
let's get
ability
back out
to
there.
retake and play on post plant, and especially with a player like Roadrunner who can just make it happen entirely solo.
Anyone feeling generous?
Seems like Crocodiles just had a few more seconds for multiple rounds, and this score would be at least tied. It is going to be a save round for the Gators, as they're moving all on to Classics.
It's a full-blown
We
save.
will
That
reveal
is
their
dedication to the call-out. We did see Kikonen in the chat hit the, I think,
Got the
it was
spike.
save button, and everyone agreed. That is awesome. That is teamwork.
They're going to try to make the best of what they have on board C, and a solid triple peek.
Reloading.
He's going to overcome the gun disadvantage and using the Neural Theft as well. I like this.
The bald man has come out.
Smoke's down.
Hear him.
It's a little dinged by that Molly, but he's going to move through it. And they're going to get the successful plant. I got to hand it to them.
They've adapted.
Spike
We
down
might have
B.
called that one just a little too early.
Gotta
I
hand
have
it.
retrieved the spike.
Okay, I was excited too.
I mean, at this point, the whole point of the save round is to just get as many credits as you can, save as many credits as you can, so you'll want the slight advantage
There.
that you'll get from successfully planning.
Cats goes down to Majin.
Ooh,
Nice.
Gigonen with the frenzy does find one. May not
Gun
want
here,
to
here.
try and snag that gun. Possibly
30
fear
seconds
someone
left.
else being there. There is someone else.
The spike. Spike
Easy over
down
you.
B.
Grab the spike. It's a 2-on-2 situation, but the Fade is unfortunately, I think, sub 20 health right now, so this plant needs to be very careful. Fade can bait someone to peek here, considering half is
player.
Oh!
Spike down B.
You know what? Considering they took down 3 members, I consider that decent.
That is a pretty successful save round, I would
life, not yours.
I would say. As we move into the next round, though, Gators, due to their discipline, going to be able to thwart their Vandals again. Crocodiles have also saved up a good amount of ultimates for themselves to use.
I'm curious to know how close we have the Fade for the Gators right
Leave
now
the
to
dreams
their
to your
Nightfall.
family.
Because with a Viper's Pit, theoretically speaking, you could attempt to counter it with a Nightfall. Yeah, you have to get a lot of kills, Happy, so not this time.
Looks like it's just one going through mid as the rest go through A main.
Fear has no fear.
Around the corner, moving slowly.
Oh,
forward.
you saw a
Bard Fear
shoulder.
Sees one
Someone's A.
and is going to decide to reposition it to the team.
Oh, okay. Roadrunner's down, so there goes the top fragger right now for the side of the Crocodiles.
Bring them down.
Goes to plant. A few shots being put out by DD, but plant is going to go down for the Gators.
Camera taken out.
We know
Yeah.
DD is on coastline, but we don't really know where the rest of
You
the
should
side of the
run.
Crocodiles are. And there is going to be a KJO. We have Orbital Strike, and theoretically speaking, if they wanted to, Gators could counter this with Orbital Strike to prevent use opportunity. Yes, there's the Orbital Strike, but I think it's being on spike. Yeah, directly on spike, just to buy extra time.
Even though there's smoke, they're trying to keep an eye pinging for each other to let them know where to fire. Another Molly thrown out and just trying to win this on time. One moves through Majin, but it's an unsuccessful push, and very well played by the Gators.
Lots of patience demonstrated by the Gator squad there too, not running through the smoke that was dropped down, just using it for extra cover. And though we can't hear comms, like Jacob pointed out, we can see pings and we can hear the voice lines from the agents talking to each other about it. They were just consecutively pinging Spike, I think, to identify where they needed to drop extra util,
This is a nice spot.
because we heard multiple mollies get dropped onto it and just a lot of extra fire put into that one spot when they heard people tapping the Spike.
Stay focused.
Best that the Gators can hope for themselves is to drive this to an
goes
8-4
here.
on the half.
Get out of my way.
Gonna go a similar route. We hear the knives be brought out by the Crocodiles,
Fully smoked. Beacon down.
trying to alleviate some sort of eco they've been placed on. This is actually very
Spike down A.
gutsy from Cats trying to dislodge this jet is gonna do so.
fear.
Did have the running back, so that's probably why he was so charge happy.
Nightfall was popped. It did mark 2 of the 3 that are still standing, and that auto locks the Prowlers onto you. So Fear is the only one who's not dealing with the scary voice in their head right now. Swing peeking over towards coastline, not seeing anything just yet. Possibly able to just get a minor peek at somebody. I don't know. We're gonna push through art, through guarding. Ooh, one person's outside of art. Fear identifies that. They're gonna get concussed. Their team needs to start pushing in now to help them out. Will they is the question. They will. Started the spike plant. Looks like another concuss is gonna go out to try and stop it. It will delay it a little longer. Fear is now going through Among Us, trying to get on the flank.
30
Don't
seconds
make any
left.
noise.
No, it's this knife. I don't like it.
Okay, now swap off the knife. Swap off the knife. Put it away. Okay, Fear has put the knife away. They're able to pinch
goes.
off Majin. We definitely saw the breach over here, so breach is near art, I believe.
Last player
Hear
standing.
a defuse go out. Molly thrown.
Oh, I think it bounced a little too far, and the concuss made it too difficult for Fear to try and get the crosshair right, so that's going to be a round win for the Crocodiles. Do believe the economy
Last
is still
round
okay
in
on
the
the side of
half.
the Gators, so they could still
You
buy
saved, spend
full
it.
buy this round. They should be able to, yes.
No. No. Oh, God.
I mean, it is. I think this is a bit more forgivable, though. It's the last round before the half.
If you're only going to do it once, yes. And there was one instance, like when the very beginning of Esports Tower of Valorant, where we saw everyone on Ascent rush A site with everyone having Odins, and it was the most hilarious thing I'd ever seen. It took a full team commit and a lot of economy to do it, but we do see that those get put away.
It's a valuable life lesson. Things can be funny when it's the right time.
And when you work together, it's really funny. Ooh, the swing peek from DD is strong, finding Cats and Veal, and then Fear right after the 3-peek. Can they get the 4, maybe the ace? We'll have to see. Happy trying to ward them off using some util, gets flashed. Hopefully they don't explode
player
much.
standing.
There's the 4-piece. Will DD find the ace, or will they be shut down?
Removed.
Happy finds
My ult is
one.
ready.
Are they going to pick up DD? I think DD might have rounded into that left wall. Oh, right wall. And ace opportunity is taken away. Happy is happy right now.
We've seen some pretty clutch Bulldog play, actually. They're going to upgrade, though, onto the Vandal.
No one was marked. We have some teammates pinging over near Art, saying they could be here. It does seem like that is where they're at. Someone destroyed the haunt. They're going to put a leer out. Well, they're going to put a snare out.
They all are going to take that on a double peek, and we are all tied up at this point.
Switching sides.
Coaches were really hyping up this match as being one that would be a great
Shoot the
test
bad
for the
guys.
Gators, and I
How's
think
that
they're
for a
showing they
plan?
can stand toe-to-toe with
No
the
charges.
Crocodiles.
Perfectly tied. It took a full team
halftime.
commit and a lot of economy to do it, but we do see that those get put away.
It's a valuable life lesson. Things can be funny. Some initial peeks from Keekanen didn't quite work out. Nice flash in to try to buy them. But DD just kind of stood right in the face of that eye and just fired in the general choke point, and it worked.
DD is currently the top fragger for the Crocodiles, where Kikonen is currently the top fragger for the Gators. No surprises, really. I was kind of torn. I wasn't sure if it was going to be Roadrunner or DD as top frag for the side of the Crocodiles. Now let's see who ends up on top at the end of this second half. Lear goes out. Nothing. Basically, can tell you either they backed off or they're all pushing B main, and that is exactly what Veal just faced.
Over by the Jet, trying to find some sort of angle. Majin and Jaina is able to get up. DD also contributing.
Last player standing.
Roadrunner could be a team ace here. I think there's 1 from 4. One more, and
Spike planted.
knows where Happy is. Swing around the corner. Probably thinks about Happy. Yeah, the Jet sees him.
They're going to get snared as well. The
One
DA.
health. Yep.
Yikes. Flawless, not a team ace, so someone.
I'll still take a flawless any day.
Yeah.
You want me serious? You got it.
Now 7-6.
Eco round for the Gators, going to be forced on the pistols yet again, which is fine. Crocodiles are going to be able to buy, like, Stinger, Spectres, maybe a Marshall if someone's feeling a little spicy.
It is a little bit harder, though, to find a good place to use any sort of Marshall or op when you're on attack, especially since there's only really one place on this stage.
Launching
It's just
smoke.
kind of a default setup, and that's B-long. Everything else is so windy through these alleyways that it's harder to use, but I do like this gutsy push up through. Sometimes to make it happen with the classics, you gotta surprise them. Jaina is gonna be able to beat Keekanen just on the range with that Spectre.
Spike planted.
Thrown out, and now they're going for the play. Round A main, they engage some fire. How many are they going to be able to take? Oh, they go down to 4 health, and Happy gets one.
Yikes. Yikes. Full firing squad posted up just now. That is why swinging as a group is strong. Very strong. Cats now has to go 1v3 into 3 Spectres with a pistol. But credit where it's due, Gators did take down 2 Crocodiles so far. And they got the... Can they get anything?
Just charge through. Oh! Taken out by Image. Crocodiles lead by 2. This is the standard win round for the behind team because they will be able to get full weapons, whereas the Crocs are going to bonus with what they already have. Gators kind of advising one of the places where wallbangs can happen, or where they at least think Crocs might be implied to push through. Gator takes a few peeks out on toward mid.
Bring them down.
Happy uses a prowler. Gonna go out on time, and what a swing around and headshot by Happy.
Guardian Gaming. Prowler expires through Art. Hell's fear that they might be looking to push through there at least. Smoke is still down though, so they gotta wait because that entire entry point is null and void for a wee bit longer. It is expired finally. I hear some noise, not quite positive where it's coming from. Spatial sound is not my forte while wearing caster headsets.
Breaker, I think I've heard that coming out of the,
Bring them down.
maybe coming out of the sewer, but meanwhile it looks like Fear is calling it out better than me. They're actually they move down back on toward A point.
Ooh,
30
Cats
seconds left.
Picking up Roadrunner.
Roadrunner was hanging out there.
Smoke's down.
Trying to be a rat. Cats against a rat. You know how that works out. This isn't Tom and Jerry. They're the exterminator.
There.
Ping out onto A, letting Kikanen know of where
10
they
seconds
might
left.
want to try. Just on the time, they're able to force the Proxen into a uncomfortable position.
Happy that was gorgeous. I know you went down trying to pick up the last one, but that was gorgeous. The spray transfer? Here for it. We might actually be able to get a replay of it right here. You know how that works out.
Yeah, we indeed will. And the call-out was perfect here from the Gators. They marked where the Crocodiles were, waited for the timer to basically force them onto point, and beautiful.
Kneecapped him a couple times.
I think, you know, if the crosshair placement had just been a bit higher, it probably would have worked out.
Yeah. The Vandal spray pattern is like an inverted T, so it makes sense that it like went up, went down, and then went across. It's a little hard to deal with when you're just holding down the trigger and not feathering it.
Mid.
Liberally fire being exchanged in mid. Bill seems to think the push is going to be coming through Art. Kikanen just waiting for a possible flank. He's kind of been the flank man. Cage. It sounds like a dart was put on. Rocks as they made their way on toward B.
Ooh!
Cats!
One enemy remaining.
Work and Feral. One tap with the Vandal.
3v1.
Right here.
But I mean, the spike's down.
30 seconds
Sight on
left.
spike? Yeah, it's in between the smokes. Yeah, right there. You can just play time at this point, Gators. There's really no need to try and take down
Spike's here.
this breach who's still standing. But I think maybe holding different angles would be better instead of everyone just staring at this
10 seconds left.
Kikanen is able. He's waiting in hall. So waiting to swing around. Breach throws out the util.
Someone is B.
Isn't even going to be able to grab the spike.
Yeah, there's no time.
Probably just even wasn't
must
worth
wait
it
a
at the
moment.
time. If that breach was holding an AR, I can see why you'd want to save.
My smokes can block the enemy's line of sight. Once they're
Very
blind,
evenly
we
matched,
move.
8 apiece. They made their way. This was a very nicely played triple.
Enemy
Fear putting the breach in an unfavorable position with that one head tap.
I have the high ground.
Hey, it's important.
It is.
Just about every shooter game there is. Ground always good. Start things off. Gators currently have 2 ultimates they can choose to use to defend. Smokes get placed down. Gators going with more of a mid push. Moving their way slowly over toward B. They are able to successfully go through Link. There was no one from the Crocs pushing up through that route. But two of them, I probably would like to see a bit of repositioning here.
Okay, Tripwire was destroyed just now in mid.
Oh,
Yikes.
that's the jump scare moment of Valor.
Yeah. Oh, you're staring right at a flower.
Camera taken out.
That's just tragic.
We have a very intense fight going on right now. And by the way, here's a
Cage
flower.
triggered.
Oh, that's beautifully played by Kikanen right through
Spike
the smoke.
planted.
Someone's A.
There.
Okay, you're using running back. That's a little different. You're not using
One enemy remaining.
and the blind from the Lear works out. That's another round win for the Gators. This is very back and forth.
You look at Crocodiles, they have the top fragger in terms of the game. It's DD-chan. DD-chan is also high in kills as well. It's 20, but it's 2013.
More than we did
So
before. Let's use that.
overall, it seems like the Gators, even though they don't have anyone who has gotten into their 20s on the kills, it's been kind of more evenly spread out between the team.
Next round might be a ult frenzy fest going in from the side of the Crocodiles. They have everything but lockdown. Gators only have that Fade ultimate. Fade ultimate, theoretically speaking, can help you deal with the
Get out of my way!
Viper's Pit if that is popped after plant.
Cage triggered.
Rolling Thunder used for engage. Gonna concuss some people, they're gonna back off. DD-chan goes down to be happy. Will be happy. Nightfall is gonna be possible forehand, prevent them from even engaging. And they marked all 4 members of the Crocodiles. So everyone was conga lining in through A main.
Here.
Whole lot of info given over to the Gators.
Man, they can just back off now. Crocodiles could just back off.
I think that's going to make the play, you know, this Brim and Phoenix right now are really going to be consequential. The Crocodiles are kind of showing that they want to try another route. Veal also holding down B-Long. It'd also just be a bait, and they're waiting to try another push through A main.
Face your fear!
Yep,
That
there
is
it
going to
is.
be the case.
Marks the 2 that were still there. Unfortunately, without sound cues, Happy's gonna go down. There's the Viper's Pit as well. So every ultimate the Crocodiles
30
have
seconds left.
had was dispelled,
Spike
whereas
planted.
the Gators only used 1. It bought them extra time. Spike is planted. We're in a 3v4 situation. 3v3,
My ult.
Majin's gonna go down to Veal. We have some mollies from 2 players. They could use those to try and zone some people out of the corners here in Viper's Pit and then use a Veer inside of it.
Tap after another.
Ooh.
They are able to take out the Viper. That's pretty huge.
One enemy
Oh,
remaining.
Protect the
going for the
president.
stick.
Protect the president.
There you go. I like it. Yeah, that's what we're looking for.
Very nicely well executed there by the Gators. Having 2 people alive, knowing it's a 2v2 situation, just pushing up through A main, identifying that that's where the fire was coming from, and just letting the one person chill out on Spike and get it defused. Absolutely perfectly executed.
I will find you.
Here we go. Timer ticking down. Gators, first at double digits, could drive the Crocodiles to a bit of a gauntlet that they're going to have to face.
I think the Crocs might be a little broke.
No, nope, they're doing fine. And you can just hear a pin drop as everyone is waiting to get any sort of audio cue, any sort of peak to alert them of the multiple routes, and that's not an audio cue that's going to be good, because that gives more info on to the Crocs.
Tripwire just got destroyed, so we're having some pings identified as to where someone might be. Does look. Oh!
Oh, that's. Oh!
Okay. Oh! Very
Beautiful cast.
I love that because it would have been so easy to get flustered at that time, but he realized, hey, you know, have a Vandal. Just covering Cat.
One enemy remaining.
Nice. Gators are now 2 rounds away from victory. They're doing a fabulous job right
One
now,
dream
holding
ends,
off the Crocodiles.
Another begins.
I need this. My thanks. I need this. My thanks.
I think the wrong person bought the Vandal.
Oh, okay.
Like, typically it's like you ask the person with the most money, and then someone who doesn't have the most but is willing to anyway auto hits it. That's me.
Okay, I thought Cypher was being the perfect representation of kids at Christmas. You know what I mean? I need this. Thanks. I need this.
Very beautiful cast.
I need this.
Thanks.
This is also an interesting angle that Katz is holding very far up near Metro.
Does he have running back? No, but he's I think Katz is betting on getting 2 kills. But we hear enemies are spotted over on B.
And I don't normally see too many people take this angle, so it might be one that catches the Crocs off guard. We are getting some peeks that are going through that the Crocs are hanging out on B long, at least some of them.
And near Art, so possibly a default push here.
Back with the crosshair placement, nice flick. Now with the person advantage, gonna move on. Coalesce a bit more. Fear gets the pick onto Image. I like that neural theft as well. Gonna catch out the remaining 3. It looks like they're all in link. Oh.
Ah, that definitely was
30 seconds left.
the spread of the fire there being detrimental.
Enemy remaining.
Oh.
Katz finds the planter, but Roadrunner follows up. We're in a 2v1 situation. Hopefully Katz did ping where Roadrunner was at. We have the snare coming out. Happy might want to start engaging.
Oh.
Happy does, and that's going to be another round victory for the Gators.
Where are you?
Another thing is that they didn't use
Match
that
point.
orbital strike.
I saw that
I was thinking, you
disposition.
know, if they knew exactly
Let's
where the
use
planner was, they might use it. But But just to win
Spread
that
of
round and get
fire
themselves
there
a match
being
point, but now they're going to be
detrimental.
able to save it
Might
for
wanna
match
start
point. And we could be rolling towards a very well-earned victory from the Gators.
Yeah.
Crocs were specifically chosen as a team to test how far the Gators had come in their improvement, and I gotta say, they are making a strong case for themselves to be considered as one of the top teams in Esports Tower.
I mean, all the players are popping off. They're having great frag moments. They're playing very well. Their fundamentals are strong and there. We can see them utilizing the fundamentals that they've been taught through Esports Tower, and we're not seeing a lot of the mistakes that we identify quite frequently with newer
Camera taken
Valorant
out.
players being made by these guys. They're taking their time. Sometimes they fall guilty of holding down the trigger button too long, but for the most part, they're doing a great job. We do unfortunately lose Happy on the high ground, and there is a Viper wall that completely shuts down everything coming out of spawn area for
Spike
the defense.
planted.
Kikonen's going to get that DK for a few moments, still in DK. Orbital Strike gets dropped. Veal goes down. DD-chan goes down. We're in a 3v3, and the spike has been planted now 2v2 as there was crossfire.
Last player standing.
Oh, that Phoenix tries to go around the corner, isn't able to pick out that Viper. Now Fear is left. Trying to wait, yeah, and it's the cross angle. It's not going to be quite as easy, and what's really rough for the Gators is they've used all but one of their ultimates.
Yikes. Whoopsies.
And there's going to be a timeout, which I think is very well placed for the Gators because they were so close that round 2, and it was down to 3 and 2, but I also think it might be displaying maybe just a little bit of what I would speculate to be tunnel vision because there were so many ultimates spent and a lot of them just didn't get anything.
It's very important to game plan before the round. If there's ults online from the enemy team, discuss, like, if you see one used, what's your response? Or if you're planning to ult before they do, you got to make sure you're not spending more than you're capable of, you know, handling. Are you going to go into ult debt, so to speak, because everyone dropped ults when they didn't talk about it?
That's where communication is key. Granted, at the end of the day, we can't hear what they're talking about. It's all just speculation what we're saying, but hopefully this is an opportunity for Kikonin to center their team back up, or Coach Halter to talk to them and make sure that they're focused and ready to go into this next round and possibly close us out here in this next one.
Could possibly be the next one. It has to be multiple rounds in a row to drive it to overtime for the Crocs. They needed 4. They've gotten 1 out of that 4. And thanks to that successful round, they've now charged up Nightfall and Killjoy. So the Crocs, you know, these ultimates kind of play to their strengths partially.
My thanks.
Killjoy can be a great post-plant ult.
A well-placed lockdown can be a real pain in the butt.
Face your fear!
Engage with Nightfall. I think, yeah, it's going to pick up Happy, who's marked and decayed. They're going to have to be a little extra careful. Prowler gets destroyed, telling them they're coming through mid. Second Prowler's destroyed. Probably most likely playing for time at this point. Viper wall is up. It's going to shut down a lot of vision. Oh, it's a default push between A and B, dropping util on A sites and then push down through B. And we can see Empress get popped as it is online. Maybe Rolling Thunder is up and available. Veal's going to go down. That's a 2-piece for the Viper on the side of the Crocodiles. 3v4 situation, not impossible to overcome. Just got to play time.
Spike planted.
I'll find you.
Ooh, it's even back up for the Gators. Crocs have 2 new ultimates.
Enemy spotted B.
Got for themselves. Vipers getting
catch
Rolling
them.
Thunder.
Going up.
Got down, unfortunately.
Deny the 5K, deny the 5K. Yes!
Olin has to run it back too, is going to try to go on a fact-finding mission.
Careful now.
Oh, that
gets
was
to know
actually
where
perfect.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, that second blind was strong.
Oh, good. Off your feet!
Rolling Thunder.
You know what?
Might want to move to the right a little bit. Good call, but there's no time left. I think Breach can get out.
Although, think about that, you know, I think that's probably playing the long game a little bit right there, and you were able to bait out a Rolling Thunder onto just one person, so it's not the worst. I mean, both the teams have reason to celebrate. The Crocs, of course, get to keep their game alive, and I can understand why you'd solo ult in that. You know, if it's that or the game ends, of course the game ends, but it's also nice for the Gators knowing that a lot of those ultimates that had just recently been charged up aren't going to be effective for the next 2 rounds.
Yeah, we'll have to
Don't
see how this
hold
one
back.
shakes out. My hopes are that the Gators close it out here and come out on top, but Crocs, if you end up taking us to overtime, I won't complain too heavily. Jacob, though, I have sympathies for.
Still waiting.
I don't think we'll probably see an overtime that long,
You should run.
for full disclosure.
What?
Oh. Hey, a
Oh.
Killjoy plays right in the middle.
I mean, it does give them the opportunity to literally go mid to A or mid to B, no matter what, but...
Take hold.
Let's see the KJ ult plays.
Enemy spotted still inside. Bring them down.
Why'd I ever use it in the game?
No charges. You disappoint me.
Veal back up to 4. Happy reposition. Got him on immediately. And he's going to... Oh, it's a wallbang battle. And he's going to lose.
Last player standing. Spike
Yeah,
planted.
he was caught between 2 sets of wall bangs. That's rough. Oh! Jump scare.
Who am I kidding? My knees are gonna kill after this.
In terms of top fraggers, pretty even between Cats and DD.
That goes there.
Few tripwires being placed down by Kikkonen. Also, Kikkonen not unheard of. I think if Kikkonen manages to get any sort of pick here,
Here.
2 picks, I think this Neural Theft could be a very nice finisher for the Gators to prevent this from overtime. And is able to move up to Metro as well. Yeah, he gets a double. He rips the Neural Theft. I love it.
Sure, the Prowler's gonna get snapped. Oh. Yikes. That was a lot of util just for a Cypher.
See if the rest of the Gators can bring it back. Prevent an overtime. A lot of repositioning They seem to think, yeah, the Crocodiles with the haunt placed on A. Oh, but an unexpected flank by Majin.
I'll find you.
And a Viper's Pit placed down.
Spike planted.
Make this take extremely hard for the Gators.
Bring them down.
They have Nightfall though. And oh, there is fire from both sides. Empress is popped. That can give you a little extra vision inside of the Viper's pit. But oh!
Okay.
Not if they decide to walk out of it.
Oh, another pick. It's now even.
Okay, you know that one is mid.
Last player standing.
Roadrunner gonna try to peek around. Ooh, no, you're in the corner. Oh, that was so close for the Gators. Really nice try. But it is indeed going
Switching
to go to
sides.
overtime.
Overtime.
Pry open their minds. Find
Okay, now
the
hear me out.
weakness.
All Odins.
Okay.
Because no matter what, the economy is going to be the same at the start of the next round
I
anyway.
mean, true. But it also, you know, is a very crucial time in the game itself where you don't necessarily want to
I know.
throw away around.
I know.
Now, the one interesting also, you were kind of talking about the credits resetting every game. The one interesting to consider in overtime is, yes, it gives you the opportunity to buy an op each round, but if you do, you have to, you can't get shields. I don't think either of these teams is going to go for that. Fear walking backwards. Get ready with the smokes. They're moving as a coordinated team unit.
Fully smoked.
Watching their flank. Knife thrown out. A lot of fighting on A. Thrown out trying to find that brim around the Crocs. 3-1. Oh, nice shooting there. They get rid of a swarm grenade. Trying to survive. Oh my goodness.
Oh, gosh. Oh, my gosh.
Oh no!
That was literally like centimeters from completing plant. That is tragic.
If he had just stuck it on that first attempt, he would have had it.
Oh.
I'll find you.
I'm a bit nervous here because no one's watching the Gators flank.
30 seconds left.
Crocs could be taking very long rotation out through. Viper's Pit held down. I mean, if the Viper just kind of diverts their attention with all this util, okay, they're going to be able to take out the Viper.
Last player
They
standing.
move in, and
Oh.
Crocs now go to match point.
Switching sides.
And this has to be a moment
Match
where you're
point.
able to reset everything. Not get phased. I mean, you were up by 4 rounds. Yes, the Crocs have won 5, but the only thing that matters right now is not what's happened in the last 5 rounds, but what happens this round in particular.
I think just the nature of Pearl, the nature of overtime. Gators are going to win this round.
See.
Oh, no, they're defaulting.
Oh, nice pick onto the KJ.
Yeah, they're defaulting. Cats. Okay, thank you. Thank you. There's been no deaths due to having the knife out today. Let's keep it that way.
After that initial peak, Gators not wanting to make any mistake. They realize they have to win it here or it's over. The only one really rotating over is going to be this Reyna. It's because a ping has gone out onto A main. They're trying to predict where the Crocs are going to push through. Cypher is just holding down this long camera view.
I'll find you.
Double haunt.
Now it seems with 30 seconds being dumped, it is a push onto A. One for 1-for-1 trade. Gators still lead.
Spike planted.
Hot hands is a little too hot.
Welcome to my
One enemy remaining.
It's just the Viper. Just get in there.
Nice
Yeah.
job. All right, we're tied up again.
Maya, come on, let's go!
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Matter,
yeah.
it
Both
resets.
resets.
No charges left.
Every round, so. Yeah, you can dump
Switching
everything.
sides.
Everything here in celebration. I think we'll see a lot more of that. Being dumped, it is.
It's just the
I think the Gators are really showing that they're a patient team. You know, they don't get too excited off of just one initial frag. They don't go and take fights that they don't need to. And they're communicating with each other on any sort of clues they get as to the Croc's positioning.
Kikonen dodges the cuss, finds Didi-chan. Second guess is the camera placement, which I agree with.
We're waiting for his smokes. He's probably going to smoke off most of the B sideline.
Fully smoked. Stim beacon down.
Stimmy with the stimmy.
Goes out the stem, but it seems the Crocs have prepared for this. Throughout the Viper wall.
Okay.
Spike planted.
I mean, I do get that because that's, they don't want to go behind a crate that's wall bannable.
I totally understand where you're coming from. It's just that that plant spot is a little bit harder to defend when defensive positioning is already in the high ground, on that low ground, because the rotations came out rather quickly. Using the Cypher cage to try and get sound audio cue on it, though, is smart. We unfortunately do lose two. We're in a 3v3. Neurothep can come out, but before Neurothep can, there's both members go down for the Gators, and that is a
that
defuse.
fade.
I didn't even hear the start of the defuse.
No, I didn't either.
Switching
It
sides.
turns out, yeah, that
Match point.
that breach just hanging out in the middle of the point was actually him kind of body blocking the person who was just stealthily defusing the whole time. Now the Gators are going to have to get another win.
You know what to do.
Help!
Ping goes out onto A main. It seems like Cats wants to
I'll
take
find
an
you.
early peek, maybe try to claim this ult for himself. Oh, doesn't see anybody. That's it. Ping has gone out onto B lawn. I'm hearing a lot of footsteps rotating through mid as well.
Cats, put it away. Put it away. Put it away.
Well, no chance here that.
Oh,
he
yeah,
would-
that's true,
Yeah,
that's
that's
true,
true. He is aware of where he is on the stage, but peeking out here, I'd bring the gun back. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, he's going to bring back out the knife, but just so he can get a few jump peeks in.
Yeah, knife jumping, peeking is a little different. I won't judge that one.
Oh, that was very nearly a bad situation, but Cats is right there to back Happy up on A. Goes out.
Bring them down.
Throw out another one.
Mark, and then there's a swarm grenade and decay. 1 health. Happy is in a wall bangable spot,
One
so
enemy
this is a
remaining.
little sticky.
Down
Ooh,
A
flawless.
flawless for the Gators, and now we're tied up again.
So much better than my last team.
Switching sides. Overtime.
Up on A. Goes out. He seems to be a defender favored overtime.
And decay.
Sometimes
1
in
health.
overtimes we see a team
Happy
can't
is
win on
in
an
a
attack.
wall bangable
Sometimes they
spot,
can't win on
so
defense.
it's a little sticky.
Here, I think it really is helping out Flawless of why for the the Gators are Gators, and now- communicating so well, because
Spikes here.
you know they're able to cover a lot of angles at once. Their ping system is on point, so they're able to predict where the Crocs are going to be. Whereas if
Here.
you're on attack and you're kind of all pushing the same route, not quite as much opportunity to use that great strength of pinging to your advantage.
Keep in mind, this is not a competitive game. This is custom. I mean, in the sense of the options for gameplay for Valorant. So there is not going to be a draw question dropped here. This is going to be fought through to the bitter end. Oh, Oh, got in just a little bit too high. Oh, we lose fear. There's a
Spike
trade.
down
That's
A.
okay.
Placed out. No one is going to peek around that angle.
They did see where the fire came from, though, in the lower left.
Bring them down.
Phoenix heals himself up. Throws the spike over.
Going up.
Throws the wall up. All right into the
Spike
swarm
down A.
grenades.
Just got to use those couple extra seconds to look down and clear them. They're there. I promise you can see them when you're close enough.
Sorry, bro.
This Phoenix is still keeping the Gators' hopes alive.
30 seconds left.
Oh, nice headshot.
One
A blind
enemy
around the
remaining.
My
corner. It's
ultimate's
going to
ready.
take out that breach. It's just a 2-on-1 at this point.
Fight.
I go for the... Or might just be trying to...
Oh, no!
Spike down A.
Got spike.
I don't know if running back lasts long
10
enough.
seconds
Running
left.
back's not going to last long enough to finish that plant, so it's going to force it.
Oh,
Oh, no! Oh!
That is just tragic.
sides.
Both of them.
Match point.
Both of them were trying to play a little bit of a fancy game there and trying to predict where this Killjoy was going to be. And in both of them, you know, trying to think 2 steps ahead, they got caught out in their own util. Weren't even able to get the Killjoy with 1 shot. So now we're back into familiar position. Not one round has managed to be won on attack in overtime. Cameron Crocs break that pattern. Here we go, Haunt. He's going to catch the location of Cats. As a result, he's going to get smoked off for a few seconds.
Careful now.
Jaina gets the initial pick.
Spike planted.
Spike goes down, but ooh, Molly is eliminating Roadrunner, but
Player
Manjin
standing.
with the flank. Oh, tears through
Attackers
all of
win.
them. And the Crocs win 16-14.
That hard fought, definitely very back and forth. Even though the Crocs ended up with the victory there, Gators definitely showed up to play. If you want the opportunity to be seen by expert college recruiters, talk directly to esports industry insiders like pro athletes and team general managers and game producers, then you need to join the club. Esports Tower players get insider access to industry insights, and with our featured rumbles, recruiters are taking notice as well. It's a great way to score exposure if you're looking to start your path to pro or land a collegiate scholarship.
Well, congratulations to everybody, and I think even though that kind of was a loss for the Gator, I don't think that's a loss to be ashamed of at all. They
No.
played that game so well. When you drive it to 16-14, it shows that both teams are very talented. And it was a test, you know, the coaches specifically set this up as a test of, okay, we think this is a very difficult team to go up against. Can you stand toe-to-toe with them? And the result for the Gators, I think, is a resounding yes.
Yeah, so while the game report is not going to show it as a victory, I really think it should be taken away as a moral victory. There are small mistakes here and there that can be cleaned up over time, but as far as what we've seen for Esports Tower with our Valorant squads, that was one of the strongest performances we've seen in a very long time, and every one of those players should be extremely proud of how they did. And also, Coach Halter, I don't know what you did to make that team as good as you did, but do it more because that was incredible.
All right, well, congrats to both these teams, and I think that's going to do it for us tonight.
Yes, we got to see Mammoth close it out. They got a 2-0 sweep, went to Pearl again. Gators, unfortunately, came out on top of the Crocodiles. Wait, vice versa. Crocodiles came out on top of the Gators, but it was such a close game. It was fabulous to cast. With that being said, we're going to come back next week with more Valorant from Esports Tower at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so be sure to come back here on next Monday. But for now, we're going to close out with the top 5 plays of the game, presented to us by Esports Tower. If you want to improve your game sense and take your skills to the next level, sign up for Esports Tower for their league. Specifically, the free starter club for Rocket League is starting right now, and you can improve your skills. So head over to esportstower.com and sign right up. From those of us here at Boise State, that's the end of this portion of the broadcast. Come back later for some more action, but for now, take care of yourself.
Player standing.
I'm terrible with pop flashes myself, so I can't really judge that harshly, but I very rarely back-to-back drop both and
You throw away a 3-1 lead, you take it, you do not.
So that blast pack out there, trying to figure out how to defuse this right at corner, even though I'm pretty sure one person could sit there and the rest of the play get down, Mr. President. There we go. Start the defuse, stick it. There's just a Sky. You're resting your, you have 2 people standing. They should be able to take care of 1 Sky. Good job.
There you go. Keeping the Gators at bay. Watch just going to keep throwing that out. Just gets happy, picks up a double, eliminating field. Keekanen finally comes through the flank.
Oh!
Thought it might be too late. It still probably is.
Cats against a rat. You know how that works out. This is commentary. There.
Moving out onto A, letting Keekanen know where
10 seconds left.
On the time, they're able to force the Prox into a uncomfortable. That's not an audio cue that's going to be good. That gives more info on the Prox.
Tripwire just got destroyed, so we're having some teams identified as to where someone might be. Does look. Okay. Oh! Very beautiful catch.
I love